Three truths contending for the heart. One promises peace without struggle. One promises freedom without law. One promises life through the fire. Three ways,
three callings,
three destinies before a weary soul.
Rest, fight no more, release the burden.
Let it go.
Resist,
master yourself.
Purify,
earn it.
And in the deepest silence a third voice awaits.
It does not shout,
it does not seduce,
it does not command.
it calls.
Three ways,
illusions,
only one leads all the way through.
Easy way, wide way, gentle way, narrow way,
living way, eternal way. Whoever flees the burden
loses the self.
Whoever worships strength is consumed. Whoever fears surrender
finds no peace. Three ways,
three mirrors,
three promises before fear.
Turning back, putting out the fire, sleeping in the familiar.
Staying perfect, clenching the teeth, paying the price, never enough. Passing through, falling, rising again, becoming. Three ways, three roads, three worlds within a single heart.
Not to choose is already to choose. Not to decide is already to fall.
Three ways now, always now.
Which voice will you follow when all of them seem true?
Silence.
Look at him. He cried out help, and you answered him more, all the way into the void.
Void? You clothed him in shame. You gave him endless ladders and call it good.
I call it limit, you call it pleasure, and pleasure always asks for more. Never enough.
And you always ask for more.
Never enough, never pure, never worthy, never enough. With you man becomes hunger, car, house, status, power, and when he loses,
he collapses. With you man becomes a mask, a saintly smile, a heart of ashes.
And when he falls, he pretends. With you he betrays, steals, lies, uses beds full, souls alone, promises shattered like glass. And then, I'm sorry.
With you he judges, condemns, excludes, crushes, and then he washes his hands,
saying, it is law, it is fear in disguise. Fear? You sell anesthesia, drugs, night screens, bodies, everything not to feel.
And you sell guilt. You count the tears, you count the steps, you count the sins,
and lose love. Without form and dissolves, without restraint he serves every desire. Without truth, he destroys himself.
Without breath man breaks, without mercy he becomes stone. Without heart he calls himself righteous and kills.
Look at your trail.
Courts of God, stakes, inquisitions, holy wars, crosses stitched into blood,
sacred words used like blades. And look at your trail. Frauds, adulteries, betrayals, families shattered for a whim, hearts sold for an applause.
You teach people to throw stones, and yet the ancient voice says,
let the one without sin cast the first stone. And you teach them to have mercy on no one, not even on themselves.
Take take, take,
until nothing remains. With you, man becomes master of self and slave to self, higher and higher, more and more alone.
With you, man becomes the perfect servant and slave to fear.
More and more correct, less and less alive.
Two roads that promise, two roads that devour, two voices that pull,
and he in the middle. You bring him to the edge,
You keep him on a leash.
you make him fall.
You make him pretend.
Tighten,
Loosen,
obey,
feel,
purify.
live.
Look what you have done.
Now look what you have done. Silence, silence, I tell you. Voices that wither, voices that seduce, voices that divide a heart already wounded. You, voice of burden, promise salvation through measure. You, voice of desire, promise life through the absence of boundaries. Both of you speak of freedom. Both of you create change. One tightens the soul until it begins to tremble.
dissolves all form,
One dissolves all form until it disappears.
and the human heart
Held fast between you can no longer breathe. Love is not control, is not abandonment, is not a balance, is not escape. Love is fire that does not consume, it is truth that does not crush. It is strength that does not dominate, it is light that does not blind. The heart does not heal because it obeys. The heart does not live because it avoids. The heart is transformed only when it loves. There is no higher law than love born within. There is no purer discipline than the good one truly desires. There is no truer purity than a heart that does not calculate. Even if you were perfect, even if you were blameless, without love, there remains only noise. And your sweet voice of pleasure, freedom without truth becomes dispersion. Desire without root becomes endless hunger. Living without self-giving becomes loneliness. For love does not take, love gives. It does not measure, it offers itself. It does not demand, it remains. There is a love older than your guilt, stronger than your fall, more steadfast than your fear. A love that does not wait for you to become worthy. A love that reaches you while you are still falling. A love that gives itself without contract. Love that remains when everything else flaws. That dies to destroy
many waters cannot quench it,
Many failures cannot break it.
many laws cannot contain it.
Many flights cannot dissolve it. You are not saved because you do not fail. You are not loved because you succeed. You chain. What you love, you do not live as duty. What you love becomes breath, becomes nature, becomes life. You do not choose between rule and impulse. You do not choose between burden and escape. You choose between fear and love. Where love reigns, fear dissolves, calculation falls silent, guilt loses its voice. Love remains, only love, always love, and love. Breathe.
Three roads, three voices, a single heart, a silence heavier than noise. I stand still between what I was and what I fear becoming. There is no more escape, there is no more echo, only choice. Naked, motionless, waiting. One path calls me back, one path calls to pretense, one path calls to truth. I could turn around, close my eyes, say that nothing ever happened, go back into the world that I at least know, where the burden is familiar, where the void is predictable, where pain does not demand transformation.
Forget, survive, go on.
I could remain, but pretending, learn the perfect language, the proper gesture, the devout mask, disciplined smiles, hidden falls, silent storms, be an example without being true. Convince, perform, exist by halves, or else walk naked, without excuses, without defenses, where truth does not caress but sets free, where light does not comfort but lays bare, where losing becomes being born. Die to illusion, breathe without a mask, behold. But what strength chooses the road that wounds pride? What heart renounces the comfort of compromise? What man accepts falling without hiding anymore? Three roads before me, three possible destinies, three promises, but only one peace, only one whole life, only one truth that does not break. I no longer want merely to survive. I no longer want merely to seem. I do not want to return to the sleep I called peace. If I must lose, let it be so I may truly be. If I must tremble, let it be in the love. Three roads, three voices, one step. Here,
Not there,
now,
wait,
one step.
not yet.
Breathe,
Hold back,
trust,
doubt,
only this.
not enough.
Stay,
Move,
it is clear.
it is unclear.
You know it. You know nothing. No, not now. It is the last time.
It is only the beginning.
Listen.
Do not listen.
Look closer.
Close your eyes.
It is safe.
It is dangerous.
Do not lose it.
Let it go.
I protect you.
I expose you.
It is easy.
Too much.
No, not now.
Here, not here.
Choose, do not choose again.
Again.
Enough.
Tomorrow.
Here.
Here,
Here.
I have no words left. I have no strength left. I have walked until my heart could bear no more. I made my promises with lips gone dry. I counted every step as if life were an exam. And now I no longer know where to place my hands. I no longer know where to place the guilt. I no longer know where to place myself. They say, choose. They say, grow. They say, save yourself. But I can feel nothing anymore except this heaviness of emptiness. I try to be righteous, I try to be pure, I try to be strong as if gritting my teeth were enough. I try to be light without knowing what light is. I try to be true with a mask upon my face. And when I fell, I rose again from fear, not from love. And when I prayed, it was only noise to cover up the trembling. I can no longer pray. I can no longer pray. If you are here, teach me silence. If you are here, stay. I can no longer pray. I can no longer pray. If you are here, do not leave me alone with my voice. I never wanted to be a saint. I only wanted not to lose everything. I wanted a meaning that would not run away. I wanted an embrace that would not ask a price. But I found a war inside my chest. I found a tribunal inside my blood. And every day I looked into the mirror to say, you are not enough. You are not enough. You are not enough. And then I learned to lie well, to smile well, to say the proper things, to fall in silence. Because it is easier to seem alive than to ask for help. There are nights when the heart goes dark and you do not know if you will rise tomorrow. There are nights when faith is only memory and love is far away, like a house shut tight. And I was afraid of myself, afraid I could not be saved, afraid there was no one there. can no longer pray. I can no longer pray. If you are here, teach me silence. If you are here, stay. I can no longer pray. I can no longer pray. If you are here, catch my name when I let it fall. They spoke to me of the cross as if it were a rule. They spoke to me of resurrection as if it were a prize. But I ask for no prizes, I ask for no ladders. I ask for truth that does not crush me. I ask for love that does not use me. True love, love that remains. If I must change, do not let me change through fear. If I must let go, do not let me let go through shame. Write the law within my heart, not upon my shoulders. Make me want the good, not merely have to do it. Make me love, not merely obey. I can no longer pray. I can no longer pray. If you are here, teach me silence. If you are here, stay. When I do not understand, when I cannot go on, when I have nothing left, if you are here, stay. I can no longer pray, but I am here.
I heard you, not in words, but in the weight of your breathing. When you could no longer pray, I was praying in you with sighs that have no voice. I was always here. Beside you in the silence, beside you in the night, beside you in your trembling, I never left you. I was always here, in your falling, in your shame, in your I can't go on. I was always here, and I love you just as you are, just as you are, just as you are. You do not have to be perfect, you do not have to earn it, you do not have to pay the price. I ask you for no proof, I give you peace, a peace that covers you like a hand upon your brow, like light without a sound. I was always here, in your falling, in your shame, in your I can't go on. I was always here, and I love you just as you are. When you ran after the fire and burned your hands, when you were looking for love and fell into the void, I was there a little voice, always and now. Rest. Your heart was restless, but now it can rest. Not because you have won, but because you are loved. I dwell within your heart, and I remain forever.
I felt your love like a spring beneath the earth. It was not noise, it was not command, it was peace. And now I know. I saw it. Truth does not shout. Truth embraces. I received the light that does not blind. I drank from the source that asks no price. I touched eternity within my chest, and something ended. No turning back, no turning back. I have seen the source. No turning back. No turning back, no turning back. I have come to know love, no turning back. I do not return to the illusion that promised me applause. I do not return to the law that weighed upon my shoulders. I do not return to the mask that I called faith. I do not return to the throne of self that I called freedom. I am free because I am loved. No turning back, no turning back. I do not have to earn it now. No turning back, no turning back, no turning back. I already carry eternity within. No turning back. I no longer need to win. I no longer need to prove. I no longer need to seem. I am, and that is enough. I saw the light outside the cave. It burns for a moment, then warms forever. I do not return to the shadow to sleep in comfort. I return with the light to love. No turning back, no turning back. I have chosen the truth. No turning back, no turning back, no turning back. Not from duty, from love. If I must walk, I walk in the light. If I must lose, I lose in peace. I carry chains no more. I carry see him? He comes back changed. He comes back alight. He brings no proofs in his hands. He carries peace in his eyes. And that disturbs us.
Here we live by trade, here we live by force, here we live by masks that look like smiles.
And you come back asking for nothing, buying nothing, not defending yourself.
That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here. That is not how we love here. Not here. That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here.
That is not how we love here, not here. One says you lost your way. Another says so you're better than us. Another laughs, it's only a phase.
Another speaks,
you play the saint. Another whispers,
I want to believe you.
Because your silence accuses our noise. Because your forgiveness undoes our excuses. Because you come back and do not seek the throne. And whoever does not seek the throne frightens the throne.
That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here.
That is not how we love here, not here.
That is not how we live here. That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here. That is not how we speak here.
That is not how we love here, not here. If you are light, prove it. If you are true, then break. If you are free, then buy. If you are safe, then pay. If you love, choose who deserves it. If you love, hate the ones we hate. If you love, make war for our peace. But you do not hate, and that ruins us. We put him to the test, we push him to the edge. We call him naive, we call him false. And if he answers badly, we are right. And if he answers well, we are afraid. That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here. That is not how we love here. Not here. And yet, when he passes by, something in us remembers. And yet, when he falls silent, something in us feels ashamed.
He returns with light.
He returns with light,
He returns with peace.
and peace makes noise in the dark. We are the world, and the world responds. That is not how we live here. That is not how we speak here. That is not how we love here. Not here. Not here.
They do not applaud. They do not crown you. They look at you the way they look at a fool. And you smile. Still. For what? For them. For those who struck you while you were offering your hand. Follow the feeling. Do not lie to yourself. can't you? It burns. They call you good, they call you different, they call you light. But when the night falls, who is left alone? You gave, you forgave, you were silent. And what did you receive? Blows! Take what you deserve, at least this once. Take what you deserve. You were not born to be trampled. They speak to you of love, they speak to you of peace, they speak to you of eternity. But the world does not live by eternity. It lives by power, you know it, you knew it, you knew it. With me you were strong. With me you did not tremble. With me you did not let yourself be used. Follow the feeling. It is anger, it is justice, it is truth rising from your blood. They told you love, they told you give, they told you forgive 70 times 7. And them, did they forgive you? Did they defend you? Did they choose you? You owe them nothing, nothing, nothing. It is not selfishness, it is dignity. It is not revenge, it is balance. It is not hatred, it is survival. Look at them, they use you to feel better about themselves. They call you an example while they consume you. Take what you deserve, at least this once. Take what you deserve. Stop bleeding for invisible applause. You say love, I say respect. You say peace, I say strength. You say light, I say throne. And now tell me, when they strike you again, when they laugh again, when they leave you alone again, follow the feeling and tell me whether I was not right. You owe them nothing. Follow the feeling. Take what you deserve.
I do not answer, not from fear, not from weariness, but because I no longer need to win. I heard the voice, I saw the light. It was not noise, it was home. You struck me, and I trembled, but I did not turn back. The light remains even when no one sees it. The light remains even when the dark is laughing. The light remains. I do not need to defend myself. I do not need to persuade. I do not need to climb any throne. I do not need to prove. I was hungry for approval, I was thirsty for justice. Now I am full, and I do not need to take. You told me you are naive. You told me you are weak. You told me you are alone, perhaps, but I am free. The light remains even when you turn your backs on I do not forgive in order to seem saintly. I do not remain in order to be better. I remain because I am whole. If you strike me again, I will not answer with blows. If you judge me again, I will not put on masks. The light does not go out, not in the wind, not in rejection, not in silence. I am not going back, not from pride, not from strength, but because I have found home. The light remains, and I remain.
It is not over. It did not begin just now. It was already there when you were searching for strength. It was already there when you fell into the noise. It was already there when you wanted to earn love. It was already there. You did not find the light. You stopped running from it. You did not build peace. You stopped fighting it. Eternity does not begin later. It is within you. Every step you take does not carry you far away. It carries you deeper. You do not need to defend what is alive. You do not need to protect what is true. What is true? Breath. The world will speak again. The shadow will return again. Pain will come again. But you are no longer on the way home. You are home already. Eternity already light. Already light. Already love. Not as conquest, not as reward, but as source. Already love. And if one day you tremble again, it will not be a fall. It will be growth. It is not a throne. It is not a crown. It is not victory. It is a calm. It is presence. It is love. make a name for ourselves.
We raise our thrones.
We build our perfect endings, but none of it remains. Not money, not strength, not the body that today seems eternal.